wall comes down. The wall comes down.
Which I believe will probably happen at the end of the season.
I think it's gonna happen at the beginning of, and well, not end. I would say like mid-season, because Bran and Mira they were close to the wall, where Benjen dropped them off, and I do think Benjen is going to make another appearance. I'm not sure. I think it's going to happen mid-season, and that's going to be everybody's reality check when the wall actually comes down.
Yeah.
I think, or you know what? You might be right. It might happen at the end of the season, and everybody goes, "Oh shit, John was right the whole time. Yeah, we're about to die."
See,
I think you're right. I think you're right.
This is all about the battle of the man, and of course, Jon Snow is trying to get the man together.
Yeah.
To fight the
White Walkers.
The huge issue that's happening.
Yeah.
That's brewing. Because winter is here.
Yeah, winter is here. Winter is here snatching everybody's wig. Winter is over you.
I think finally they're going to have somebody in, well, the throne, but the throne obviously isn't there anymore.
Who cares about, what did Davos say in the
and then the White
trailer?
Walkers are going to come take that wall down.
Yep.
And then that's going to be our cliffhanger.
Yeah. Yeah, and now what?
And then we're going to be like, okay, so who's going to die?
Everybody. Everybody gonna die.
And the White Walkers take over the world. With their crazy blue eyes.
So, speaking to things that I want to see happen before the wall comes down, do you think that Tyrion's going to ride that dragon? That sounds like a euphemism for some dirty sex.
Or like drugs.
Actually, riding the dragon is a euphemism for drugs.
Is it?
But yes.
Sorry.
It is.
I thought it was puffing the magic dragon.
That too.
I don't know those things. I'm sorry. I know alcohol. Yay.
But do you think he's going to ride a dragon, and which one?
Obviously, one of the ones that he released.
I just my titties.
I do like the dry cloth that we did.
We're so fucking drunk. I'm honestly surprised that
it's progressing.
It's getting worse.
So,
this is our third? This is our third shot.
Blink,
blink, blink.
And
I'm still in my first beer, but Allie's on her second.
Actually, it's my third.
Oh.
I might have pre-gamed before the recording.
And we haven't eaten, so have fun with that.
This isn't sober podcast.
It is. It's not sober podcast. It's drunk podcast for a damn reason.
At least we're not slurring. So.
No, we're surprisingly articulate when we're drunk, which is weird.
And we come up with songs.
There you go.
So many activities. So many activities.
Anyway,
so it's gonna be one of the dragons that he released.
I think it's got to be Viserion.
Okay. Why?
Because I think that they're brothers. Mm-hmm. So he was named after her brother, who was awful. I think Rhaegal will go to Jon because it's named after his father. Mm-hmm. So I think Viserion being the younger brother of Rhaegal and Tyrion being the younger brother, I think that if he is to ride a dragon, he's going to ride Viserion. Now, what's interesting is that apparently set pics have leaked of them setting up the CGI of Jon meeting the dragons and them being like, hello, and being like puppies apparently with him, and Dany being like, what the hell?
There was even like a preview of, you saw the Red Witch overseeing.
Watching them go
Jon
to
Snow,
Targaryen, going to Dragonstone. Yeah. So Melisandre. How have we not talked about her? I can't believe you haven't talked about her. Do you think she's going to get killed by Arya? I still think she has more to do before she gets killed.
Yeah. She might even try to redeem herself, especially with the whole Jon Snow thing.
I'm never going to forgive her for killing that baby.
Oh, definitely not. No, she's been excommunicated for good reason.
Like, you don't come back from child murder, just so you know. Not ever. Not in real life. Not in Anakin Skywalker, I'm looking at your ass. Not ever.
Because she's there at the same time where Jon Snow is there.
Jon and Tyrion and Dany.
She might help Jon with trying to prove of the White Walkers. Mm-hmm. Possibly shortly after that is when she'll die.
I think it's interesting that she's showing up at Dragonstone when Jon comes there. I honestly think she's been stalking him from afar this whole time. Because she's obsessed with him. She was obsessed with him from the minute she met him when she was still up at Stannis' Kool-Aid. She was obsessed. She laid eyes on him and went, I have made a terrible mistake. The minute she laid eyes on him, she knew that Stannis wasn't the one.
Yeah.
She knew. Yeah. On some instinctual level, she knew he wasn't the one. So it should be interesting. It would be interesting to see if Kinvara, the other Red Witch, comes. Because they both believe that their particular dog in this hunt is the Azor Ahai prophecy. Kinvara thinks it's Dany. Melisandre thinks it's Jon. Why not both?
Yeah. I think it will be both.
I think it has to be both. I think it has to be both.
I mean, it could be that they get married not for sexual reasons, but for power reasons.
So that goes into my next question, which is a perfect segue.
Yay, segues!
Do you think Dany made a point of saying last season that she was going to have to get married, just because for political reasons? So A, do you think that she and Jon? I think she and Jon will get married, but B, do you think it will be a genuine attraction? Like, I think they'll be pulled to each other, and I keep going back to Star Wars, but the same way that Luke and Leia, not knowing that they were twins, were drawn to each other, and they thought it was one thing, and it was that they were siblings. Yeah. So do you think because she's his aunt, she'll be drawn to him, especially when her dragons take a liking to him? She'll be drawn to him. And honestly, Jon has a lot of the traits without like the whole scary horse culture.
Well, again, he's not looking for power. He's looking for peace. He's looking for loyalty.
He's got a lot of the traits that everyone has told her brother had.
And exactly. And she's only been handed a hand in marriage by people that are power hungry, trying too hard, or is becoming a rock person. Yeah. I hope you find your healing at the library.
I hope he gets better. I hope he also, like, Jorah and respecting the boundaries of women is a whole other conversation that we need to have. I mean, like, his stalking finally came to a useful head in season 5 when he saved her from getting killed, but damn. You know what I mean? Just damn. But
like, if this was this day and age, it would be like restraining order. Hello.
Yeah. So I would be interested. I wonder if she would approach him, because Jon's not looking for that. Jon's trying to save the Seven Kingdoms,
and he already has the Night Watch mentality of
I'm done. He was in love once.
Yeah. No women.
And I don't see him falling in love with anybody. I could see them falling in love over the course of this season. Yeah. But what would be interesting is, do you think they're going to find out they're related before or after? And who do you think is going to find out first? Because I think it's going to be Dany. I don't think it's going to be Jon.
Really?
I think that it's a the scene in the crypts from the trailer is a complete red herring, and I don't think that either he's going to get told and not believe it, or she's going to find out some kind of way before him, and then have to decide whether. And I think that would tie into her decision to ask him to marry her, because in all honesty, especially if Jon is not a bastard, and I don't think he is, he has the stronger claim to the Iron Throne. Period. He is the son of Rhaegar Targaryen. He would have been the next in line and throne. And He's the son of Lyanna Stark, the two most powerful houses who have commanded the most loyalty in all the 7 kingdoms. He is the child of ice and fire.
Yes.
Boop.
Hi.
What's your hit?
Nothing. It's voice activated.
Sorry. So I could see. Xbox. I could see. I could see Daenerys approaching him, and for a marriage contract before he finds out. I could also see Tyrion, who is organically the only character that either one of them would listen to in this situation, because he's friends with both of them. He's the one person who they are both friends with and who they both trust to negotiate a marriage between them, even if both of them are uninterested. But him going, listen up, you need each other.
Yeah.
Jon Snow commands respect of armies. The people love him. The people of Westeros freaking love Jon Snow. And on the other end of it, Jon needs her people, because the Khazar fight in a way that is going to be necessary.
Yeah. The
way that the Khazar fight is exactly the kind of way that you need to go up against the White Walkers. You can't fight like a regular army against them, because they don't fight like a regular army.
Yeah.
So you need the Khazar and the Unsullied, who just are impervious to pain and don't care. So you have the Khazar who are just wild people who ride on top of horses as they're shooting you. And you have the Unsullied who are impervious to pain, who are trained to be impervious to pain from birth. That's what you need to go up against the White Walkers.
Well, they also need the dragon stones, and they need those on bows and arrows.
Yeah, they need the dragon glass, yeah.
Dragon glass. And while they're in the library reading all the books, the different swords.
Yeah. They need to melt down the damn Iron Throne. I do think the series is going to end with the Iron Throne getting destroyed.
They're going to learn how to make that metal again.
Yeah.
So that they will be armed with the swords.
And then bows and arrows.
And they'll have dragon glass as arrows.
Yeah. They have to. They have to.
That would be so cool.
That would be
this
dope.
Actually came true.
That would be dope as hell. Do it.
That would be so much fun.
So, do you think that Jon and Dany are going to find out that they're related sooner rather than later?
Well, now, originally I was thinking sooner that Jon Snow was going to find out from Littlefinger. Mm-hmm. But
I made you change your mind.
Damn you.
I drink and I know things.
But then the brother's going to come to town, and he still knows.
But can anybody prove it? Bran can have all the visions he wants.
True, they didn't have.
But Mira's father is still out there.
They need to go to Maury.
You are the father.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We have been talking.
It's kind of hard when they're dead.
About Howland Reed for 2 seasons. As soon as Jojen and Mira Reed showed up. Howland Reed has to show up. He was the only other person at the Tower of Joy who can confirm that Bran is right, and that A, Jon is the child of Rhaegar and Lyanna, and B, that Jon is legitimate, and that C, that it was Ned Stark who saved Daenerys and Jon and Viserion, because if you remember, it was Ned who got Daenerys and Viserion smuggled out of Westeros so they couldn't be killed.
Yeah.
He and no one but Varys and Howland Reed know that. They're the only ones who know that Ned made sure that those children were not murdered.
So he's gonna pop up.
He's got to. They've talked about him for too much.
Jon Snow, Daddy's history's got to come up at some point.
It's got to come out.
They haven't touched on that at all.
It's got to come out that he's legitimate.
Do they even have an actor for a flashback of that yet?
I don't know. I'm wondering about the prequels.
Yeah.
Because whoever they cast as the prequels, like I know that they said that we're not going to get the Tourney of Harrenhal, which seems like a huge waste to me. But if they do, they've got to cast somebody who's perfect. I honestly wish that Orlando Bloom wasn't so associated with Legolas, because he would be perfect as Rhaegar Targaryen.
I mean, you can just have Orlando Bloom anywhere. It's fine with me. So pretty, especially when he has elf ears.
Yeah. But he does look like what I would imagine Rhaegar looked like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else would be good.
Typecasting.
Yeah, that's the problem, and I think that would be why he wouldn't do it, honestly. But yeah, it's got to come up. It's got to come up, and Howland Reed has to show up this year. Mm-hmm. You can't keep talking about him, because I could see somebody easily going, you have visions, okay, and not believing him. So going into that, do you think Bran is going to become one of the old gods? Because I'm starting to seriously suspect that the old gods are not gods at all. They're people who have magic, who became one with the earth, like the way Bloodraven was the tree.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to think that the werewolf trees are just humans or the children of the forest who became one with the actual forest. And those are the quote-unquote old gods.
I think he might even die before he meets anybody.
Wouldn't that be awful?
It would be awful.
That would be perfectly awful.
It would be perfectly awful, and it could happen.
It could.
Because, I mean, he could be, like, so close to getting there, and then...
I will set some shit on fire.
And then it's like, nope, so you don't have that way
of telling. See, to me, that would be so... That would be, in a way, to me, that would be cheap. That would be a cheap out.
It would piss off a lot of people.
Because I can deal with Bran dying after the fact. Because Bran is the cause of a lot of fuckery on this show. I mean, honestly, as much as I like Isaac Hempstead Hill, whatever his last name is, I know it's Isaac Hempstead, and then there's like a whole bunch of other names that go with it. As much as I like him as an actor, Bran is the cause of a ton of fuckery.
That's why Hodor could only say Hodor.
Right. I mean, going back to season 1, how many times was he told to stop freaking climbing things?
Yeah. Stop being stupid.
Yeah.
Hey.
Especially since his father was flying
Don't have visions by yourself and have a White Walker grab your arm.
Right? Don't go off on your own into friggin' the astral plane when you've specifically been told not to do that shit. And do it anyway. And then, surprise!
Children.
You get touched.
Now you have the Shadow King following you. Sorry. Wrong astral plane.
Right. And now he's got that burn mark on his arm. He's going to bring the wall down.
Oh, yeah. Because he's going to cross the wall, and now the White Walkers...
Right. They can come through. He's got that burn. He's going to come through. So, and this is what makes me not... And
he wanders where he's not supposed to go.
That's pretty much Bran's entire MO.
So, wait a minute. So, yeah, he will make it past the wall. I take that back.
He's going to make it past the wall. I feel so bad for Dolores Ed.
The White Walkers will go there.
Yeah.
And then he'll die.
I mean, like, Jon left him in charge of the wall, and the minute he leaves him in charge, the wall comes down.
Well, he did say before he left.
Don't break it.
What was it? Yeah. Don't let the wall
fall. Don't let the wall fall when I leave.
Like that. Yeah. Leave the wall standing or
Surprise!
Something. Like, yeah. Oh,
so,
Lord.
That goes into, I guess, like, our final thing. Like, how do we think the war is going to go? I think we can all agree that Bran is going to bring that damn wall down. The minute it might not be an instant thing, but it'll start to crack. And I honestly think, I think it's going to be slow. I think when he comes through the wall, we're going to get a shot of the first crack. Wait. I was about to do a thing, but I'm not going to do it because I think this is PG-13.
You go through the wall and go up the crack?
No, sorry. Oh.
What symbol is it?
Scissors. Oh, the shocker.
You go up the wall and then up the crack. Yeah, Belle? Tell me how you really feel about that.
This is our mission was just basically like sex positions
the
changed. The shocker. We're going to give them the shocker. And then... Anyway. Then we're going to part. Then we're going to get all up in there. Sorry. Anyway. Then we're going to toss the salad.
Hello.
It's the drunk review after dark. Anyway.
Go to bed.
Go to bed, children. I think that he's going to go through the wall, but it's not going to be an instantaneous. The wall just goes boom. What I think is going to happen is that he's going to go through, and there's going to be a crack, and then it's going to be throughout the course of the season. It's just going to get worse and worse, and they're going to start seeing the wall's going to start seeing more incursions from the White Walkers, and the wildlings are going to start coming in more and more. The wildlings who return in the White Walkers from Hardhome. And then the final shot of the season is going to
Avalanche.
be... Yeah, because remember the wall is... Did they say the wall is like 700 feet thick?
Yeah.
Something like that?
And like 100 stories tall.
Right. So I think it's going to be that. It's going to be a slow build, and then before you know it, like, because how do you plan for something like that? The wall was built not to fall. So, and he's not going to know. He's going to suspect. He might even warn and no one believe him. And he's going to be like, no, seriously, we are about to be in the shit. Look at this mark. We are about to be in the shit. But no one's going to believe him, and the wall's going to come down. And then everybody's going to be screwed. And that will be the final shot of the season.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's going to go down. What do you think?
It's going down the yelling timber. Yeah.
That and the shocker.
Wall's going to come down. I do want to touch on the scene where Khaleesi goes into the hall. Ooh. When it is destroyed and covered in snow.
Yes. Her vision when she, right after Khal Drogo died. Yeah, I think that what Davos said in her vision is going to come true. It doesn't matter whose skeleton sits on the Iron Throne. It doesn't matter. Because we're all going to die if we don't get our shit together, basically.
I think they're eventually going to get there.
I think she's not going to, if she takes the throne.
I think it's going to be, like she envisioned, I think it's going to be too late. By then, Cersei is going to be killed by her brother. The whatever bombs.
The wildfire bombs.
Is going to set it off.
Yeah.
It's already cold.
Yep.
And then it's going to be like a nuclear winter, basically.
Yeah.
That happens.
And then what? Like, who cares who's on the throne? Everyone's freaking dying.
And by the time she gets there, it's already going to be in ruins.
Yeah. Well, my other thing is, will it be the Seven Kingdoms versus the Night King? Will everyone unite properly?
What is this one?
That is House Baratheon. Show it to the camera. We have our Game of Thrones coasters because every alcoholic needs one.
They're really fun. They look like the
sigils. And they look like the stamps.
It might be hard to see.
That one's black. That one is, let me see. Oh, that's the Greyjoys.
Greyjoy. So it's like a squid.
It's a squid. This is the Martells, which is thorns. I mean, I'm sorry, this is the Tyrells, which is thorns. This is, that's a lion. Lannister lion. And I have the Starks. Stark direwolf. Dripping. We've been a little dripping. Direwolf. The dripping direwolf. We're so drunk. And the 3 heads of the dragon. So it's, and I love that you didn't do this on purpose. That you ended up with the ones that were like the closest to us being the actual 2 most important families in the show, and the one in the center being the Lannisters. That's great. So I think that it's not going to be a simple thing of, oh, the 7 kingdoms unite against the Night's King. George R.R. Martin wrote these books to be a kind of an upending of the usual good versus evil. he wrote them as both a homage to the Tolkien books and Star Wars, and yet a turning over of those specific tropes. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's going to be as easy as the Seven Kingdoms versus the Night King. I just don't think so. And I think that because Dan and Dave know how he wants the books to end, they're not going to disrespect his vision. Mm-hmm. What I think is going to happen,
everyone's going to die!
Almost. So we've already agreed that Bran will take the wall down. Mm-hmm. So I think that Jon, the negotiator, will somehow find a way to communicate with the Night's King. Mm-hmm. Because if you notice, he doesn't talk. Mm-hmm. But he has been watching Jon. And if you notice in the promo, the one where it just shows his face, first we see Dany, but then we see Jon. Mm-hmm. Jon is on his radar and has been for quite some time. So I think that Jon will find a way to communicate with him. I also think that the Night's King is a Stark. I think that statement that has been said throughout the show, that there must always be a Stark at Winterfell, is not just a statement. I think it's a big deal.
Do you think it'll be the uncle?
Benjen? Mm-hmm. Who will become the Night's King? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I could see it. But I just think that there must always be a Stark at Winterfell, because Winterfell is the only thing between the Night's Watch, the Wildling, the White Walkers rather, mm-hmm. and everything else. Literally, it's like in not Game of Thrones, in Tolkien, where my boy Boromir's kingdom was literally the only thing between everybody else in Mordor.
I mean, after the wall comes down, what's
right.
the point though?
Winterfell's the only thing that's between them and the wall, between the White Walkers and everything else. Oh. There must always be a Stark at Winterfell, especially since that guy that they show becoming the Night's King looked like if you put Ned's coloring on Benjen, mm-hmm. that's what he would look like. He looked like a Stark. And I think that there must always be a Stark at Winterfell is not just a saying. I think it's important. Yeah. I think there has to be a Stark there. I think that that's the reason that there was any kind of truce originally. Mm-hmm. Or that Jon will become the new Night's King. Or, in my final theory, that the Night's King, and I've never been mad at the Night's King, and that was even before, like I said, even before I found out how he got made. I've never felt like I should hate him or I think he's terrifying, yeah. But I don't know if it's the portrayal, but I just get sadness from him. So I'm wondering if there's a way either to reverse it, or if there's a way to draw some sort of truce. Mm-hmm. And if anybody can do it, it would be Jon Snow. Jon Snow is known throughout this show for being able to bring people who would not normally work together.
It's very difficult. Together.
Yeah. His, like you said earlier, kindness goes a long way, and Jon is unfailingly kind. Mm-hmm. To the point of his own detriment, more often than not, but he is very kind. And I can't, because George R. R. Martin is really anti-war and very much about how there are no winners in a war. Mm-hmm. I could see that being the ending, that there has to be a truce. Because you can never really wipe out the White Walkers, because killing them doesn't do anything but make more White Walkers. No. And there has to be a reason if they were taking Craster's babies. So, that's my thoughts. What do you think? Or do you think it's just going to be all-out war?
I mean, I think it's going to be all-out war. And then, I mean, I really do think that, especially with the knowledge at the library right now.
Yeah, Samwell
is going to be finding a way, because he has a sword.
He has one.
He has
one of the Valyrian steel swords. You're right. I forgot about that.
So
I think his awful father.
I mean, he's not a fighter, but he's killed White Walker.
And he's one of the first who killed White Walker on the show. He is the first to kill White Walker on the show.
So I think between that personal knowledge, and then he has all the knowledge now and all the access to it, and the history, I think he's going to become a huge part of helping arm the forces against the White Walkers.
I think that Jilly and him are going to together find something that is going to be huge. I don't think that Jilly being there is just incidental.
No.
She's been too instrumental in weird ways. And it's funny because Jilly's one of my favorite characters who is not a huge important character, but she's so important in a way that you wouldn't normally remember. Like
taking my coaster with me.
You're damn right. She's important to the overall storyline in ways that you wouldn't expect. If Randall Tarley had not been such a gigantic douchebag to her when they came, Sam wouldn't have taken the sword.
And he wouldn't have taken her.
He wouldn't have taken her. If they had met, they wouldn't have found out about what was going on with Craster and the babies. She has been very pivotal in small ways. Her small interactions cause huge ripple effects. So I have a feeling that she's actually going to be key. I hope we don't spend too much time, and I'm so glad, thank you so much, Shel, as a book reader.
Thank you so much, Shel.
That we didn't spend as much time on the damn boat with Sam and Jilly as we did in the books, because that boat ride went on forever, and I have a very long attention span. But even I was pressed. It was a lot. So
I actually forgot about the boat scene.
Damn boat ride, man. A boat forever. We were not on that boat forever, and I thank God for it every day. It was just
a lot of seasickness.
It was a lot. It was a lot. In the books, that was like imagine it times a billion-ty.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Master Aemon died on that freaking boat.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he die from?
Old age.
That's
that's how long that damn boat ride was. That was a long ass boat ride. The boat ride, after all the crap that he had been through, the boat ride is what did him in. The damn boat. Even he was tired of it by that point. He was just like, I'll die now. Take me. I don't even care. So, I think that I don't think it's going. I get what you're saying. I do think it's. How about this? I think it might be. We might meet in the middle.
Okay.
It might be an all-out war initially, and somehow, some way, Sam will find something that tells him the story that we saw, and get that information to John, and John will reach out.
All the pigeons.
There will be so many.
All the pigeons.
They're owls.
Oh.
It's owls. Send all the owls. Send all the owls to Winterfell. Or where the hell Jon Snow is.
Get him going.
Do you think that this, and here's why I don't think Cersei will die this year.
She's dying.
We can wish for it.
She's dying.
Do you think Cersei would become the Night's Queen? I know we talked about it earlier. Or do you think Dany will become the Night's King? Because remember, in her vision, she was at the Iron Throne, and she walked away. She walked away from the throne. I honestly think Tyrion's going to wind up being on the throne somehow. Or he's going to wind up having his nice villa in the country where he can make wine. Like he's been wanting since this mess really got started. But Dany walked away in her vision, which to me says that she's not going to take the throne. And it's not going to be because somebody made her not take the throne. I think it's going to be a choice.
I mean, a choice. There's no throne there to be taken, so
That's true. But she's got Dragonstone.
She's got dragons. I mean, she can still rule. She doesn't need that throne. She can make her own.
Yeah. I think the Iron Throne's going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to destroy it because they need all them freaking swords.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs to be armed. Melt that bitch down and turn it into actual weapons. I mean, what's the point of having a symbol if it's useless?
Ooh, you know what would be fun? Oh, the guy that's had his peenie cut off.
Theon?
Yeah.
As what? For what? On the Iron Throne?
Theon ain't meant to rule. Not Iron Throne. The
Theon ain't meant to rule nothing. I mean, honestly, if Yara Greyjoy dies and we keep Theon,
he could be the Night King.
He can be the Night King.
He can be the Night King.
It's perfect. He doesn't even have to procreate.
Exactly.
But
and he still needs to redeem himself.
That would be the perfect way, but I don't think he would be welcomed as a tribute. He's not a Stark, which everyone made a point of making.
He's gonna be a direwolf.
And the credit where credit is due, Alfie Allen is so freaking irritating as Theon that it makes me rage
against the machines.
Yeah, and even like his redemption arc, I'm like, the only thing I care about is that you actually get Yara help Yara get to where she needs to be. Because Yara should have been, like, how are you going to, Yara should have been the queen of the Iron Islands. Like, who the hell picks Euron's absentee ass over Yara Greyjoy?
Because she had a vagina.
She has a vagina. Well, Scary says, freaking patriarchy strikes again. Meanwhile, she out here actually doing all that work. And she's like, as soon as a penis shows up, she's like, they're like, oh, we want him. What? How? Who? What? Ugh. So, yeah. Moving on.
What? Yeah.
Ugh. Just, ugh. Overall, I am super, super duper looking forward to this season. I am beyond ready. Last year was Sisters and Jon Snow doing it for themselves.
It was girl power.
It was all girl power with Jon Snow getting in there in the cut. And this year, I think it's going to be X-Men United, but actually good. It's going to be.
That was so.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take you back to your. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to take you back to the bad place. I'm sorry. Shh.
Then I'm all out of beer.
Shh. It's okay.
Do that.
Wonder Woman. There you go. And everything's better.
It's true.
Everything's so much better. So overall, I am so hyped for this season to come up. I can't believe it's only 2.5 weeks away.
I know.
I cannot be that soon.
Was it
July 16th? Woo! Between that and the Defenders, man, I'm so ready. So I am super duper ready for this season. I'm ready to watch Lena Headey just own everything, because you know what? The only reason we love to hate Cersei is because girlfriend comes in and just owns every damn scene she's in. I'm just ready for my dragons and my magic and my Jon Snow. Get Harrington, such a doll baby. And I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm so hyped. So hyped. And we got to get Clegane Bowl. We're not going to get Clegane Bowl. We're not going to get the Mountain and the Hound. I mean, we might.
That would be a fun.
God almighty.
That would be a fun.
I am so here because I kind of want the Hound to be the one to kill the Mountain. I would love for it to be a 2-pronged attack with the Hound killing the Mountain and Arya taking out Cersei. Because Cersei can't fight.
No.
Cersei can't fight at all.
No.
And Arya is an assassin. Arya, a grown-ass ninja, okay? So, like...
She killed the brothers and served them up in a pie.
Right? Good Lord. I just want to know, just how many Freys did she kill in that one night?
Not enough.
Not enough. They're straight up the only mofos I want to get wiped completely off the map. The Boltons, I'm fine with getting all. They pretty much done. With Ramsay dead, ain't no more Boltons.
I mean, we saw a lot of families get wiped out.
Get wiped out in the Battle of the Bastards. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Battle of the Bastards and Cersei, what she did.
Well, here's the thing. She killed, and this is my other thing.
Oh, and what's going on with the 11-year-old girl? The little girl, their kingdom, and her soldiers.
Oh!
We didn't even touch on her at all.
Lyanna, the little bear Mormont.
Yes.
The beast.
We didn't even touch on her.
The beast. I freaking love Lyanna Mormont, y'all. So freaking much. She is a beast. Honestly, I wish she was older because Jon needs to marry her ass right now. They can rule the 7 kingdoms together right there. I'm all about the Mormonts. They're amazing. And yeah, Lyanna is fun. Lyanna and Hodor are the greatest of all time, yo. Just, yes. But, we kind of got off topic. First of all, I want Lyanna to survive the series. Mm-hmm. I need her to survive the series. Yeah. She must be protected at all costs.
Yes.
She must be. I didn't realize how much I needed her to survive until she showed up. And then I was like, the little bear, she has to make it. Yeah. She has to make it. You could kill every Stark. Well, no, don't kill Jon. But you can kill every other Stark and I'd be okay. But Lyanna Mormont has to make it to the end, okay? She has to.
But that's the thing. She might be the one that makes it till the end.
She might be. The North remembers. The North remembers. Yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see, and that's the other big thing, and the only other thing I think that could be a real monkey wrench, unless they can really get everyone in play and really focus on the overall threat, and that is if it comes out, if anybody else finds out that Jon Snow is actually Jaehaerys Targaryen, which is what I suspect his name is, if anybody finds out. And they find out in the wrong way, which is how people find out everything on the show. Mm-hmm. It could undermine his claim as King of the North.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the only thing where I can see Littlefinger's being able to really pull something.
Play that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be like, nope, you don't have a say here. You have Stark blood, but it's not the king. It's just the sister.
Many people remember Lyanna, though. Mm-hmm. And she was well-loved for a reason. I mean, people went to war for a reason. She was a very well-loved woman, so I could see that backfiring, actually. I have a feeling that Littlefinger is going to say the wrong thing to the wrong person. It's not going to go the way he wants, and it's going to backfire on him. He's going to try to sow some treason, and that shit's not going to work.
Maybe Jon Snow will just take his head and go...
That would be awesome. But that's not Jon's style.
No.
See, I think, like I said, he's going to try some shit.
That's the mountain style.
Yeah. I do need the mountain to die.
Yeah.
I want the mountain to die just because he killed my beautiful, beautiful Oberon. And even though I knew it was coming, that shit still pissed me off. And as much as Zombie Mountain is amazing, he gotta go. He gotta go. But I think it should be the Hound. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm hyped. Are you hyped? Are you hyped?
I'm hyped.
Get hyped.
Get hyped.
Get hyped!
Okay. Well,
this is Belle.
This is Allie.
This is our drunk preview.
With Pop Culture Uncovered.
Well, you can find us at popcultureuncovered.com. Pop Culture Uncovered on Facebook. PC Uncovered on Twitter and Instagram, and Pop Culture Uncovered on Tumblr. Now, we will check you on the rebound.
Happy watching.
Happy watching. Every time the White Walkers come around that wall, the wall comes coming down, that wall comes down, that wall comes down. Every time the White Walkers come around that wall comes down, that wall comes down, that wall comes down.
Oh, my Lord.